Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the luxury tag, and I've seen this video floating around, and you guys all know my opinion on tag videos. Anyone can do them, you don't need to be tagged. So like with all my tag videos, I'm tagging everybody. But I do a lot of luxury reviews on skincare and fragrance and beauty, and I also collect a few luxury items, so I thought this might be a fun tag to do. So if you want to watch me do the luxury tag, keep watching. Alright, I have the questions written down right here, so I'm going to be referring to my little clippy board. The first question is my first designer purchase. Now, I'm going to do this on what people would think a designer purchase would be. It won't be a perfume or a beauty item. It'll be more of a substantial purchase. And my very first luxury purchase was a pair of Salvador Ferragamo loafers. I was in love with Ferragamo. I still am. He's one of my favorite brands to purchase shoes from. They're really high quality. They're very classic, very comfortable. I love them. And they were this pair of like bright orange loafers. I absolutely adored them. The issue is I have very wide feet, and the only pair they had available were very small, so I didn't get a lot of wear out of them because they were a little bit uncomfortable, so I did end up buying another pair. I did keep those shoes for a long time because they were very expensive and they were very beautiful, and I actually just recently gave them to my sister. But my very first luxury purchase was definitely those beautiful pair of orange Ferragamo loafers. What is my best investment? Let me grab it for you. I'll show you. I would say, ooh, this moved. Hello. My best investment has been my Saffiano Prada wallet. I have had a variety of different luxury wallets over the course of time, and I mistreat my luxury items so bad. My bags and SLGs, like, you would be horrified if you saw the way that I treated them. But this has just been one of the things that has just lasted and lasted and lasted. This has remained pretty much in pristine condition, minus like one or two little marks on the back. And the inside, like with all of my stuff, it's still just like everything is beautiful. Like, and the fact that this takes so much wear and tear, like, this has been the best investment by far. I'm one of those people where I won't buy certain things just to have. I like to buy things because I'm going to use them. And so, like, I told myself when I purchased this wallet, I will only get another wallet if I either need something smaller, which is what I'm in the market for, or if this wallet just starts to not be in as good condition to where I can use it. Like if my cards are falling out, if the zipper gets stuck, if, you know, it gets ripped. But this has just managed to just like stand the test of time, constantly being used, constantly being mishandled. Definitely my best investment was this wallet. Next question is, what is my criteria for a luxury purchase? Now again, I'm going to be talking about accessories, clothes. I won't be talking about skincare or beauty just because I go into that all the time. For me, I don't have any place to store my luxury my bags or my SLGs or my shoes. Everything's kind of, because our house is big, but it's an older house, so it wasn't designed with a lot of storage. We don't really have that much space. So I have to be very specific about the things I buy. I would have more bags and more luxury shoes if I had a place to put them, but I don't. So I have to be very specific. First and foremost is, will this last the test of time? I, myself, am not a huge fan of buying trendy luxury items. There is nothing wrong with that. I love seeing other people do it. Me personally, it's not my taste. So for me, if I'm going to buy a luxury item, it either has to be something that I've wanted forever, or it has to be something that's going to last the test of times. My Prada satchel that I featured in What's in My Bag video, I'll link it below. I purchased that. It's gonna last the test of times. It might be out of style, you might be able to find it pre-loved, but for me that is like the perfect bag. The quality is matched. I use it every day. Rough and tumble, I mean, there's not a mark on that thing. It is, and I mean, I destroy that bag, not destroy, but very tough on my bags. So that's the other thing that I look for too, is it has to be able to withstand wear and tear. I will never be able to have soft, buttery leather, ever. It'll get destroyed the second I take it out of its dust bag. So I need things that are going to last, like canvas and really rough leather. If I was ever to get a Chanel bag, I'm in the market for a Chanel bag, but I need to find the perfect one. Caviar leather. It's the only leather I can ever manage. Needs to be just really durable. It needs to be of a high quality, and it needs to be something that's going to look good and I'm going to like pretty much forever, because I'm not buying for trends. I'm buying for my tastes. So that's one of my criteria. The other criteria is it has to be comfortable. I have back issues, so I can really only wear crossbody bags. So it has to be a crossbody bag that's comfortable to wear and durable. And I also don't really like heavily structured bags. I only have one structured bag and I absolutely adore it, but generally my taste in bags is a little bit more slouchy, unstructured. So it has to meet all those criteria bag-wise for me to actually decide to purchase it. When it comes to SLGs, it's just got to be durable and it's got to be something that I like. When it comes to shoes, it's got to be something that, again, can handle rough and tumble wear. I'm never going to be, I also can't walk in heels. I really can't. So it has to be shoes that won't get scuffed. Generally, I will buy flats and fancy sandals or like heels inexpensively. Like, I won't spend a lot of money on those, but if you put me in front of boots, I will spend a fortune. Fortune on boots. I don't even want to think about how much I spent. But yeah, that's my criteria for luxury purchases. What is my stupid, regrettable purchase? This is going back to I can't walk in heels or wedges, but there was this gorgeous pair of Marc Jacob flats a few years ago, like probably even longer than a few years ago. They were platform, they were really high, they had blue leather straps and flowers around the outside, and I was in love, and I forget how much I spent on them. I think I spent like $700 or $800 on them. I only wore them twice. I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna buy them. I love them. I don't care that I can walk on heels. I walked in the mall with them, fell on my face in the food court in front of everybody. It was embarrassing. And then I wore them to work and they hurt my feet so bad. So the 2 times I wore them, I had really negative things. And I'm like, there's no way I can wear these. So they just sat in my closet and I was like, I wish I could wear you. But they were so expensive that I definitely wish I hadn't purchased them, because I only wore them twice because I can't wear heels. I can't do anything with height. So yeah, that was definitely my most regrettable purchase. Seller's regrets. Going back to the Marc Jacobs, I didn't know much about consigning luxury goods at the time. I was really young when I bought those shoes. I took them to Plato's Closet and I got $50 for them. I probably could have gotten $300 or $400 in them because they were in pretty good condition if I went to the right place, but I didn't even think. I was like, I'm not wearing you, I'm so sorry. I only got $50, so yeah, that's definitely a regret. A luxury piece everyone should own. Alright, I think everyone should own either a really classic handbag or a classic wallet. I think that when I say classic, I'm talking about something that will be in style for frickin' like 50 years. I'm talking about like a Chanel flat bag. I'm talking about like the Louis Vuitton Speedy. I'm talking about the Prada Saffiano like double zip totes. The YSL, their Sac de Jour, to me is an example of a classic bag. I think those are phenomenally classic things that are going to stand the test of time and are going to look beautiful, and when they're vintage, they're going to be awesome vintage. Like when you look at I like vintage Chanel. I probably will buy a vintage Chanel before I'll buy a new Chanel, just because I love that it has a history to it. And these are going to be things that you're going to have forever, because the quality is going to be there. And on top of that, as they get older, they're not going to depreciate in value. They're just going to get really cool. Like if you think of a vintage Chanel, you're like, oh, a vintage Chanel. You know, it's really cool and interesting and awesome. So I think investing in a classic bag that's going to stand the test of times is definitely worth it. If there's a classic bag that you maybe can't afford right now, I would definitely recommend, I would say, oh, what was I going to say? I'm so bad at this. There we go. A wallet. I think a wallet is a perfect perfect investment because it's something that you're going to use. It's something that is going to, like, if you get a good quality wallet, and I'm not talking about going out and spending $400, $500, $600 on a wallet, but if you find the right wallet that's going to fit your needs, it's something that you're going to have for a ridiculously long period of time. Because it's not really seen, and if you're really into trends, it's something that you're gonna have that you can put in your new trendy bags or in your small bags or your large bags or tuck it in your clutch or whatever. I think a wallet is another fantastic investment piece to have in your collection if you're looking to a must-have item. Overhyped luxury piece. I'm not going to talk about a specific piece, I'm going to talk about a specific trend, and it's going to be exotic leathers. Now, unless you know how to care for exotic leather bags, do not spend the money on them. I promise you, they're not worth it. First and foremost, there's the ethical thing if they're worth getting, but exotic bags are so hard to keep perfect. They're ridiculously expensive. The only exotic leather I think that is actually like rough and tumble that you could get a lot of wear out of is alligator, but you're talking about spending $10, $20, $30, $40,000 on a bag, where if you were to buy it in, you know, like calfskin leather, you're talking about $1,000 to $2,000. I mean, the difference is astronomical. To me, that's more status, but a lot of people like python. Python's really popular. A lot of people like ostrich. If you have never had any experience with exotic leather, it is so hard to maintain and remain perfect. Python scales come up, they like peel off, and you can't wear it. And with ostrich, like, I remember I was looking at an ostrich bag and somebody next to me was purchasing one. This is when Prada had those really beautiful ostrich totes that came in like pastel colors. It was literally like the guy was like, okay, now don't let this out in the sun. And she's like, oh, I'm only gonna wear it to lunch. He's like, okay. You know, it was basically like, don't let your bag outside. And I was just kind of like, that's not how I live. So for me, if you're an exotic leather collector and you know how to maintain your bags and treat your bags, definitely. But I think that that is a trend right now and is overhyped because people see the beauty of the animal and don't know how to maintain it. Instead, look for what I love is embossed. There's beautiful like crocodile embossed bags. You can find faux ostrich bags in beautiful leather. Same thing with python, without the care and concern of actual exotic leather. So I think exotic leathers is overhyped and I definitely don't think it's worth the money. Next on my wish list, okay, this is a fun one. I'm going to talk about a few things I want to purchase, and I don't know if I'm going to, but these are things that I want. I want to get a Speedy 25 from Louis Vuitton. I'm really bad at remembering the names. I want it, the bandolier, I can never pronounce the names right, with the strap. I want it. I don't know what design I want it in, so I'm holding off. If I don't get a Speedy, I want to get an Alma BB. So those are the two small bags I'm looking for. I want to get a sac de jour from YSL. I want to get a nano. I have a small already. I absolutely love it, but it is a little heavy for me. So I would also like to get a small one. And actually, if I can find it, an embossed crocodile, that's what I'm looking for. I would also like to get another small sac de jour in a fun color. I have one in navy. I would love one in blue or red or the bright green that I absolutely adore. So those are other things that I'd really, really want. On top of that, I'm looking for a vintage Chanel flat bag. I almost bought a Chanel bucket bag the other day. My credit card didn't work, even though I had plenty of money, but since it was my first time making a very large purchase on it, it kind of stopped. And it kind of made me think I'm buying this just because I'm looking at it and it's really beautiful. But this isn't everything that I want. And again, going back to my criteria, I love bucket bags, but I don't know how rough and tumble they're going to be or how well they're going to wear, and I don't know how classic they're going to be into the future. I know a Chanel flat bag is going to be classic forever. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hold off and I'm going to look for a really beautiful vintage, perfect condition Chanel flat bag. But it's going to be very hard to find and it's going to take me some time to track one down. I don't like the quality that Chanel's been going into now. I think they've gone a little bit low on quality. That's my personal opinion, but vintage Chanel, I think, is... I have a vintage Chanel bag somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's beautiful. So I would love a vintage Chanel flat bag, hopefully a giant one. Or I might get a GST. That's another thing I'm thinking about just getting. But those are on my wish list like right now for bags. For luxury items, for shoes, I love Frye boots. They're like one of my favorite brands of boots. And they just keep coming out with new boots. So I keep wanting just new Frye boots. I don't know why I'm doing this. So that's always on my wish list is Frye boots. Yeah, that's on my wish list. Anyway, this video is kind of weird. I hope you enjoyed my luxury tag. If you have any questions, let me know below. Love to hear. In any case, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know to do more videos like this. If you yourself do a luxury tag, let me know below. I'll be more than happy to watch it. I love watching these things. In any case, also don't forget to subscribe. It's free. I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.